welcome back to the Football Terrace. Please make sure the like button has been hit. Make sure you are subscribing and make sure the bell notification button has been turned on as well so you miss no more of our content. And the first word that springs to mind this afternoon is embarrassing. And I can't get that out of my head. Embarrassing is the first thing that springs to mind. Manchester United are one of the biggest sporting institutions, clubs, brands, organisations, whatever word you want to use, in the world. Historically, financially, and through achievements, that exists. But there is consistent embarrassments that keep arising surrounding this football club that have to be eradicated. Now we know Ten Hag looks as though he's coming to the end of his tenure. But as again with every manager who looks as though he is about to exit, be moved on, no longer be the Manchester United manager, the battle of the PR machine begins. When Ruud van Nistelrooy joined us in the summer as a coach, it was met with almost universal praise from Man United fans, rivals, and the media alike. There was a consideration that potentially there was an element of, could he be in place to become the new manager or an interim if things don't work out with Ten Hag? There was that challenge. But outside of that, no element of Van Nistelrooy coming back to Man United was, as per this headline, raising eyebrows. Now what we see from Sammy McBell on the Daily Mail is that Ruud van Nistelrooy's position at Man United is raising eyebrows, that there are concerns, that there are problems, that there are worries, that make out that he should not, let alone become the full-time manager, shouldn't even be the interim. Lo and behold, it hasn't even happened, and the knives are out. Embarrassing. The media are going to report on what they're told. So fair play to them. In this regard, they're going to go with what they're being told. And they're not spouting lies per se. When you read this article, it talks about PSV players had grave concerns around his coaching ability. Players felt that he was too stubborn and unwilling to adapt. And this also, by the way, relates to a number of other stories that have come out recently that Man United's hierarchy don't actually think that Ruud van Nistelrooy is ready to become the long-term permanent head coach at Manchester United. But for me, what we are now seeing in the embarrassment for our football club is Ten Hag and his team know he's under pressure. Ten Hag and his agency know there are problems. So, of course, very quickly, what do we see? Them coming out trying to slander other people linked to the job, leaks internally, all this kind of chat. And for me, it's nothing short of embarrassing. It really, really is. Now, obviously, I want to get your thoughts and I want to get your feelings on this. But when you read the story, yes, the players felt he was stubborn. Players didn't like his coaching ability. Is this Ten Hag and his team trying to put us off the idea of him being the interim manager? Or could this also be Ten Hag's team putting out comments to make us feel that actually the lack of improvement this season is more to do with Van Nistelrooy being employed as a coach by INEOS, Van Nistelrooy coming in and upsetting the apple cart, and you've seen that he's had problems with players in the past. His agent is always in Manchester and it's causing questions and friction and problems, and that is why we're not performing. Could it be that side of things? Is it a way of trying to muddy the waters so even if there is an exit of Ten Hag and Ruud comes in the short term, it is met again with poison and toxicity which has followed this club around for such a long time? And that may very well be the case. But this is a big challenge now for INEOS, and their first real challenge since they came to the football club in terms of something that they are going to have to react to. You can be as proactive as you want in life, but there are times when circumstances will arrive where you have to be reactive, you have to be quick, you have to be concise, but most importantly, you have to be accurate. Because Man United fans like me are just sick to our back teeth of these types of stories. These stories, they get traction because we're so poor on the football pitch. Because, again, this season, there has been a lack of progression, a lack of growth, a lack of development that we would have expected to have seen. If you try doing this story about Man City over a coach, or Arsenal or Chelsea at this particular moment, who are a great example because they've been in the mud the last few years, it's getting laughed off. To a point where Chelsea fans with their current results are not even concerned about the ownership structure, which was a massive talking point 3 to 4 weeks ago and is still yet to be resolved. Although it does appear that the situation has improved somewhat. And this is why I say INEOS have to get their next move right. Between sacking the manager, whoever comes in to take over as the new manager stroke head coach, we have to improve. Because these stories are kryptonite to development. These stories will eventually drag you down. No one is strong enough to completely ignore these, especially, by the way, when it's coming from people inside the club. And stopping these leaks, making it so poisonous, such a faux pas, such a horrible thing to do. To a point, I grew up on a council estate in the East End of London, and where I lived, rightly or wrongly, if you grassed anybody up, unless they hurt a woman or hurt a child, if you grassed somebody up for anything else, stealing a bike, robbing a shop, dealing narcotics, whatever it may be, if you grassed that person up, the community I lived in saw you as the lowest of the low. It was only really disgusting criminals, we know the type I'm talking about, that hurt women and hurt children, that were seen lower than you. Being a grass was it. INEOS needs to create a culture where leaking this kind of information, whether you're the manager, a scout, a player, a dinner lady, a gardener, a janitor, these things need to be absolutely shut down. Not so much by the ownership, but by every other individual around. Because for me, this is one of the worst parts of my football club that I'm embarrassed by, is the level of leaks that come out is unbelievable. Now, when you read the story, a lot of what's being said about Ruud van Nistelrooy was stated 12 to 15 months ago in Dutch publications. But the reason why I believe this has come out of Manchester United is because no one in England cared about this. No one noted it when he became a coach. Nobody was talking about this. It's taken somebody to find these articles, translate them, pass them on to Samuel McBell and say, listen, bro, I need you to write a story on this. I need you to let everybody know that this guy may be the problem, or this person won't fix the situation. Let's keep the toxicity train going. And even if these are real concerns, there are some things in life you just keep in-house. Some things have to be kept in-house. And I'm just annoyed to see this today on the eve of a game. And I wanted to share my thoughts with you in the Football Terrace community. Man United fans, give me your thoughts, give me your feelings. Rivals, what do you make of this? Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe you think this is a nothing burger. Please let me know in the comment section below. But again, more leaks out of this football club. It's so absolutely so embarrassing. Remember, as I say, people, please make sure you hit like buttons and make sure you subscribe to the Football Terrace as well. Really, really important to us that you get that done. You can see what to do just above my head, so go and get that done for us right about now. Until next time, take care, goodbye, God bless, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.